Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to our weekday video posts. Today, I want to talk about balancing the heart and mind. What does that mean to balance it? Well, as we open more and more to the uncertainty, this just profound, really, level of uncertainty, that is the truth of our realm that we live in, this universe. As we open to this truth that the pandemic has highlighted, it's challenging. Our world gets rocked. We're not used to coming face to face with this level of uncertainty. And, you know, when I'm talking with people, it's just, that's all that comes up. Whether it's when IMS will open or whether we'll do that thing that's planned next fall, it's like, it's uncertain. It's just, everything is unknown. And that's challenging. On top of that, the real pain that is present in our culture right now, and it's always been present. Ask a person of color that, and they'll say, of course it's present every single day. But again, it's like the truth of that is really up and present for everyone now. And that's challenging, how that just tears at the heart to feel into the level, the depth and the breadth and the history of the pain of racism in this country and in this culture. So there's that happening as well. And it's burdensome, it's difficult, it's challenging. So with these two together, what can happen is when we turn towards the difficult in life and touch it, but whether it's real strong the way it is now, but especially over time, you know, days and days and weeks, months, the heart and mind can start to kind of wither and get weary. And when that happens, then it doesn't have, you could say, the bandwidth to actually continue to open to and touch what needs to be opened to and touched in this world. And it'll start to wither and shrink back and kind of collapse, probably turn towards habitual coping mechanisms, whatever they might be, like overeating or overworking or whatever one's choice is. But just to say, it's not a very helpful place for the heart and mind to be when it's withering in the face of like just too much difficulty and suffering and sadness to be able to actually hold in a moment. So when that starts to happen, we want to be able to bring balance to the heart and mind. And there are different ways to do that. One is the type of meditation I've been offering here on our video posts, the tranquility meditation called shamatha in the Pali language. That is very healing for the body and the heart and the mind. It helps it to rest. It helps it to calm and bring a sense of ease and ultimately kind of refreshment, the way one might be refreshed after a nice long sleep. So that's one way. Another way that I want to talk about this morning, though, is to cultivate the mind state of generosity. Generosity is dana in the Pali language, and it's a bright state of mind. It's a happy state of mind. When generosity is in the mind, the heart and mind likes that. It's bright, it's happy making, it's uplifting. It's really a nice counterpoint to the kind of the heart and mind sinking and kind of shrinking back and withering from this so much difficulty. It's buoyant. Yeah, generosity is buoyant and uplifting in the heart and the mind. And with generosity, you know, you may know it's not tied into the act. So, you know, one could do an act of generosity that's, you know, quote, very tiny, or do an act of generosity that's, quote, very large, you know, on the outside. But the mind state of both of those could be equally joyous and buoyant and happy and bright with that generosity being in the heart and the mind. So it's not tied to the manifestation of it. It's about what arises in the heart and the mind. And so, you know, just small things like being kind to the clerk at the store, or sending an email or a phone call to someone you know that's having a hard time. Just anything, giving someone your full attention when it's clear that they need to talk, and maybe, oh, you were going to do something else, but oh, no, let's just be here for that. So many ways that small acts of generosity can be cultivated. And again, just because they're small doesn't change the sense of buoyancy and brightness in the heart and the mind. And here's the best part, it feels lovely. We feel great when the generosity is in the heart and the mind, when we're thinking about it, when we're acting on it in the moment, but also when we reflect back on it. It's buoyant for the heart and the mind. In fact, the Buddha, in terms of the formal practice to support it, instructed people to reflect back on their acts of generosity as a way to brighten the mind and kind of, you know, prepare it for the formal practice. So speaking of the formal practice, let's do some of the tranquility practice now, again, to help bring some calm and ease to the heart and the mind that is with a very challenging time these days. So letting the eyes come to close, and letting the body settle into the posture that you're taking for the formal practice. Connecting with the body at the places it's touching, whatever you're sitting or laying on or standing on. Connecting with these places of contact as a way of beginning to connect somatically to the body. You may have a sense of being held and supported by these places of contact, and you can let go into these places of contact, soften and relax. The body sinks down, softens and widens. Let the body widen and open. And the attention softens and sinks down into the body. And now it widens, so we move from the places of contact to feeling the whole body. The attention widens to fill the whole body. Calm body sitting or standing or lying down. Feels like this. And now bring to mind an act of generosity that you did this in the last few days. Don't set the bar high, like you have to remember something grand. Anything. Bring that situation or act to mind. Get a visual if you can. And notice, what does it feel like to remember that? Sometimes when we do an exercise like this, the critical mind can come in. Yeah, you were generous with that, but you didn't. It's like, nah, just let that go. Stay just with the generous act. Maybe connecting with or remembering the relative lack of self that's present when generosity is in the mind. It's more focused on other, not so concerned with self. And the lightness that brings. And letting that kind of positive or slightly bright or uplifting feeling in the heart and mind, let that permeate the whole body. Widening the attention, feeling the whole body as best you can. As it responds, which it must, to what's in the heart and mind. Remembering the act of generosity, connecting with the body as that remembering is in the mind. Letting the memory go and staying connected to the sensations of the whole body. You can invite the breath in if you want, which is simply just a part of the sensations of the whole body, so not separate. if you connected with that, you can bring that into your daily meditation, starting it with reflecting on an act of generosity, letting that mind state be present, and then feeling it in the body and helping you to, in that way, to connect with your body. And so today, there will be numerous opportunities to practice generosity. Just even small little kindnesses, perhaps with the people if you share a house with, your family. If you're out with people out and about, reaching out via, text or post or email or phone call. Just these small little turning towards caring for, uplifting, thinking about others. Such a wholesome mind state, such a happy making mind state. So I wish for you that you enjoy many of them today, and that you meet life in whatever way it presents itself to you today, which is unknown and uncertain, that you can meet that with an open heart and a mind that's equanimous. So I wish you well, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.